All right. Happy Friday, guys. You need to make sure that you have up your next blank page, and you can go ahead and title it 3.4, still in Unit 3, function notation. Function notation. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. You are being nice, helpful to the sub. Okay? All right, so let's get started. Functions can be written in two different formats. Okay? You guys already know the y equals format. The y equals format, an example would be y equals 3x plus 5, y equals 2x squared plus 1. We haven't looked at x squared, that's okay, but this is still an example. Y equals x over 3. All these are y equals format. Well, there's another way we can write functions, and I kind of touched on this the other day, but it's called the f of x format. The f of x format. So this y equals format, this function in the y equals form will be written this way in the f of x form. And this one okay, so what can you see is the only difference? All this side of the equal sign is the same. The only difference is you have your y's, and instead of y's over here, it's f of x. But here's the thing. F of x is called function notation. Underline that. It's called function notation. The only thing different than the y equals form is that the f of x replaces the y. The f of x replaces the y. And you might also see different letters that refer to different equations. So it might not always be f of x, but it might be g of x or h of x or j of x. But all of those are the same thing. It's the same thing. They all just equal y. Like they just represent the y. And you're going to see why we do that. Why can't we just keep it in y equals form? That might be your question. We're going to see when we get into a little bit further into functions, and especially in Algebra 2, that it's important for you to know the difference. Okay? So, the f of x, the g of x, the h of x, and the j of x are all the y. Okay, so that means whatever is in parentheses is the x. Okay, whatever is in parentheses is the x value. So let me give you an example. Here's an example. F of x equals 3x plus 1. And then it might say, this is a semicolon, okay? Find f of 2. Find f of 2. What that's just saying is the 2 is your x. F of x is there. You need to find f of 2, the function of 2. So you have to figure out, this is just your x. So everywhere you see that x in the function, you put the number that's in the parentheses. So here you would have 3 times 2 plus 1. So you would get 6 plus 1 equals 7. Okay, so 7, your x was 2. We just learned that right there. And so 7, what do you think 7 is going to be? If your x is 2, 7 is going to be your y. Okay, let's do another one. Find g of x in this function, 4x minus 6. And you're going to find g of 2. So everywhere you see a 2, that's going to be your x. I mean, everywhere you see an x, you're going to substitute a 2 because that's your x. So let's rewrite that. 4 times 2 minus 6. Okay, what does that equal? 4 times 2 is 8 minus 6 equals 2. So your x was 2. Your y is what you got for your answer, also 2. So you could also rewrite this to say your g of 2 equals 2, because we know g of x is the same thing as y from up here. Let's do one more example. H of x equals negative 6x. And we need to find h of negative 4. So h of negative 4, this is your x, remember? So everywhere you see an x in your equation, you're going to put a negative 4. You're going to plug that in. So negative 6 times negative 4. Negative 6 times negative 4 equals a positive 24. So in this one, your x equals, we already know that, negative 4. It's right there. And your y, or your your y or your h of negative 4 equals what? What did we get for our answer? 24. Okay? Okay, so that's basically all the notes for today. Make sure you copy these in your notes, and then the sub is going to give you a worksheet to complete that goes along. It's called 3.4, lesson 3.4 homework. All right? Have a good day and a good weekend. Be safe. Miss you guys. Bye.